Welcome back. Welcome back. This is your host, Mello Miller. I have my co-host with me, the underscore Truth 1987. And we have a very special guest with us, Lady J. She's our boss. She's been giving it to me about my co-host, and I've been trying to, keep them, give them that feet. No, I'm just messing with she's really good she works with us. We definitely enjoy the platform and the opportunity. And I'm just glad that you decided to come on with us. She is owner and CEO of Ego Entertainment, and there's multiple things that fall up under that. Can you give us an idea of what all goes in, under that umbrella?
Yes. So, well, first, thank you for having me. I do appreciate it. Um, I made it on the morning smoke, so I guess that means I'm shady enough.
The
But
jury's gonna be out on, we'll see. We'll see.
um, so Ego Entertainment Network is a multimedia, multi-divisional network, and it consists of radio, television, digital magazine, and media services. And yeah, we do a lot. So we all have we offer a lot of services. So of course we have our radio station JQLM Radio, where we play gospel, R&B, hip hop, neo soul, pop. 24/7, 365. You will not hear the same song every 5 to 10, 15 minutes. I promise you that. People love JQLM Radio because of the versatility. We also do play indie artist music as well. So, and if you are registered or licensed with BMI and ASCAP, you will receive your royalties as well because we are licensed as well with them. And of course, we have the digital interactive Ego magazine that flips just like a real magazine. And you can also purchase your own digital copy, and we showcase excellence everywhere. Um, you can also advertise in the magazine, of course, and on JQLM Radio. The magazine has direct button links. So there are icon buttons all throughout the magazine. So if you are having an event, there's going to be a button maybe that says purchase tickets, or just a website button. When people click it, it'll send them directly to the link to purchase your tickets and things of that sort. So that's awesome. And we also have our newly uh, launched television division. So we are putting together a network, television network, where we are streaming or broadcasting, independent content. Didn't really want to do what everybody else was doing as far as buying a bunch of content that people are already watching. You can watch on any platform, So let's provide an opportunity for creatives to have a place to start and grow their brand. Eventually, we may go ahead and be able to stream, content that you can watch anywhere, but it'll be very, very small percentage. But and of course, we also have our news segment out of that, our Ego News division as well, where you will get your latest in music and entertainment when it comes to gospel, hip hop, R&B, and pop. And we are working on launching our Black news. So that will be focusing on all things Black and Black excellence. So the purpose of that is to demolish the current narrative of how the Black culture is portrayed in media currently.
Nice.
That
and then we have our
what this segment is all about. That is what we try to do with this segment. So that's why we have people like you on, because there is a narrative out there, and we're trying to get the other side out there to tell from through a different lens. So I definitely appreciate that platform as well. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm passionate about that.
So and just so everybody knows, so we also have a division where we do a lot of we offer a lot of media services. And what I mean by that is we coordinate and host red carpets, meet and greets. Also, if you have let's say an event that has maybe a red carpet, a meet and greet, and you have vendors and things, we coordinate and host all of those things. We have several partners that we work with. So I mean, the whole purpose behind Ego Entertainment Network was to create a platform where people could not only just have a space to get their message out, but also to be able to grow you know what I'm saying, their brand through supporting one another. So working together works, you know. And I have been fortunate enough to develop partnerships with people, you know, all over and create opportunities that a lot of people wouldn't be afforded. So we also run commercials on like major television networks, BET, OWN, A&E, Fashion, whatever you can think of. We have that opportunity to do that at a fraction of the price of what you would if you were to do it on your own. So affording those opportunities to businesses, brands, and personalities and things of that sort that they probably wouldn't, you know, have access to is what that's all about. And then providing opportunities too for them to network and get themselves out there through, you know, doing events like the Gospel Choice Music Awards, the Oscars, or events with DP DeMarco Plays, where we're constantly working with actors and actresses. And it doesn't matter if you are having a community event, a book signing, a, you know, restaurant grand opening, we do them all. And our motto is everyone's a star. So there are no big eyes and little U's over at Ego Entertainment. I'm the founder and CEO, and I'm always working at events. So if I'm not too good to get out there and grind and get it and, you know, work with them, then hey.
No, I know that's right. You know, it's funny. I mean, there's you know, a family atmosphere that you've established, a lot of, you know, good I don't know, energy that I sense from everyone. But with that being said, and I wanted, you know, Fitz, I was waiting on the boss here, you know, just to give a shout out to some of the shows that we have our sights on. These are shows that finished ahead of us in the ratings, and I look, I just want to throw it out there, okay?
Yeah.
The number one show that I'm coming for is PHAT, Fat Girls Chronicles. Okay, look, there's something in that that we just gonna have to take on. You feel me? That's just a declaration.
I mean,
That's
you talking right. You talking right.
look,
Yeah.
But before transparency, you catch them Tuesday 8 p.m. Right? So I'm not gonna tell you not to watch them. Just watch us, you know, too. Right?
Yeah.
The next one is Dirty 30. I don't know, man. You know, they might be looking behind. I'm coming for them too. They number two.
Right.
And what is it? They Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4. They got three days a week, right?
Yep. That's Jacob Alexander. Shout out to Jacob, and Leo, the Mouth, and Trosh is on Fat Girl Chronicles. So shout out to them.
Okay.
And then look, we on this one's tail, so they already you have to do something. But what is that? Between the Lines, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's hosted by Trosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
technically, I came in number 2.
Okay.
With but because I'm a CEO, I don't participate in that, so I can't put my own show out there. I have to play fair. So
ain't nothing we can do about the Boston show. Look, I ain't coming to the Boston show, right? We gonna leave that alone.
So I don't count. But yeah, you all definitely came on the heels. And you know, especially coming on new. We've only had a couple shows probably since I started this thing in 2016. We've only had about maybe 3 shows that were able to come on and hit the number 1 spot right off the way. Morning Coffee with the Word was one of them too. And they were in the running number 1 for, I think 2 or 3 times in a row before you guys came on.
Okay. Well, look, I'm just saying that listen, no smoke. But we coming for you. So you better don't keep doing what you're doing, because we're gonna catch you. You better step it up, right?
Absolutely.
And then I want to give a shout out. Listen, this one may be a little smoky, but look, there's a show, Fitz, hosted by our boy Mark, right?
Right.
He's gonna be coming back. Look, it's when was it? Saturdays, 1:30?
Yeah, Saturdays, yeah.
Listen, Mark, just look, congratulate us, because you're not taking that from us.
No.
Look, we know him personally, but look, tune in Saturdays at 1:30. I think he said he's starting up in November again. So definitely, you know, check that out. But Mark, that's a no-go, buddy. That's a no-go.
Yeah.
But
we're just happy you're back on the channel, you know, but that number 1 spot is it's sorry, guy.
It's gonna be, look, just take it easy. Take it easy.
Right.
But no, I just wanted to give some love with our boss on here. We definitely just serving notice of what time it is, but we love your platforms. We love what you're doing. It's definitely great. Now, in the spirit of this segment, I want to ask you. Um, did we lose her? Oh no, we didn't. Okay, no. In the spirit of this segment, I want to ask you your journey, where what you've been to get to this point. What would you say has been your biggest challenge so far? Because that is we've got people out here watching, listening, and they're trying to do something. And if they run into these things, I don't want them to fold up shop and quit. These are people that overcome these things. What's been your biggest challenge?
That's a loaded question for me. I would have to say the biggest challenge for this particular platform has been staying motivated after having to kind of restart a couple times. So I first started with just my show, and then I graduated into starting a radio station with a partner, and then I had to remove myself from that person and kind of switched everything over to JQLM radio, and then that turned into Ego Entertainment Network after being given other opportunities and just growing this network, adding all these different divisions. But in that, we've had to, a lot of people know we've had to shut down. I'll say shut down pretty big. In 2018, we shut down almost completely when Mark B was ill, very ill. And then, and I must say that I grew this, me and him have built this together. So, and then in 2019, turned around and shut down just about all divisions except for JQLM Radio's event services because we were double booked for the year. Man, I suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm, so everything just kind of came to a halt. So having the courage and the motivation to get back out there, because I knew that it was going to be different, because that completely changed my life, of course. And I knew that I had limits now, but I wasn't limited before, but even more limited. So I would say the biggest challenge has been to just stay motivated and be consistent when having to start over again and being hit with like major traumas and having people walk away. So
No, yeah, I mean, there's when you face adversity, I think you kept with your dream, your vision. You had to reinvent it a couple. I hear this, and this is if you're listening, if you're watching, don't stop pushing, don't stop that grind. Keep going through. I'm curious from the angle of what I hear from a lot of people that are trying to do their dreams. Family and friends is a huge thing that come up. Some people lose some along the way. Some people just have drama. Sometimes it costs them the opportunity that they're trying to seek. Have you had any experiences with anything like that? I mean, because that stops a lot of people.
So I will say family and friends aren't really a big thing for me when it comes to business. One, I don't really associate with my family. So I haven't since I was, but it's been a very long time. So I try to tell people when it comes to business, people always look for their family to support them. You have to remember you're running a business. This is why a target audience is important. That's not your target audience, So with friends, yes, I've lost friends along the way. In this business, especially in this particular company of mine. I run other companies too, but in this particular company, because there's so much opportunity, and you have some people that like want to be famous or want to be mingling with these people or want to be doing this, and they want to take, but they don't want to put anything into it, so you want to reap all the benefits, but you don't want to be a team player. And so there was there was a time when I had a lot of people on the platform. Like I said, like you said, we run like a family. There were some people on the platform that wanted to sign up for all of we call them because this is how they see it, the big events where you have people like Cheryl Underwood, Brian White, Claudia Jordan, events to have those people in them, people like that, or different music artists and stuff. You want to be a part of those events, but then when it comes down to doing a community networking event or somebody's conference or book launch, you don't want to do those. You never sign up for those. Well, that's not fair to those who put in the work and are open to doing like all the different types of events. Because again, as I said, there are no big eyes and little U's. For me, it is very important for everybody to be treated with the same level of respect and be given the same stellar level of service. I don't care if you have 10 people at your event or 1,000 people at your event. I don't care if you are nationally known or locally known, and that's my mindset. And I lead by example, because most of the time, and anybody can tell you, when we are doing those big events, when we are out there, what people consider big events, because to me, event is an event. I love working with people who are that I can, reach out and touch and talk to on a daily basis and things of that sort, or more often, I would say, than celebrities, if you will, and get to know them, because you never know what kind of opportunities and who knows who, you know what I'm saying, or what opportunities you can be afforded by, networking with those people. So I had to tell people, okay, if you never sign up for these type of events, you can no longer do this, because it's not fair to everybody else that is. So I've had some people feel some type of way about that, but hey, it is what it is. Because even when we're doing the big events, and we're in most events, I'm pushing my people up front. I'm in the back of the scenes working, running around or working the board or whatever, while they are out in the limelight. So
okay. And no, I have seen so many people's friends, their family. You've made that family part easy, but they get in the way of these opportunities, these dreams, these businesses, and other people, they don't let them get in the way, but it definitely sets them back, and it's hardships and this and that. And so I always ask that question so people listening can, like I say, see how one deals with that, because not everybody deals with it the same. But I don't want to stop anybody. All right. So I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, I will say I've had friends that I have worked with this company, and friends that I've been with for a very long time, and now we're no longer friends, because I've had people treat me as though I'm a little person in this thing, like what I bring to the table is not valuable, what I'm saying, enough. And so or they feel like friends and family sometimes feel like they can do whatever or treat you a certain way, and then you're still going to keep, what I'm saying, keep providing a service or keep doing this, and then especially doing it for free. So they expect that. And so in that situation, I've had a couple of those situations with friends. In those situations, I just remove myself. I don't mind walking away from that. It's not something that I need. When I feel like you can't match the value that I see in you, then I'm gonna just remove myself. And so that's it. Because like I said, a lot of people want to reap benefits, but they don't ever want to put in the work. They don't want to they don't want to match your grind. If we partner on this and I bring
looks like we made
the same level of respect as everybody else.
Yeah, it's funny because we know all about that. People want to not put in the work. I mean, and I'm not called. Look, we've just had more than just us associated with the show, and when the energies don't match, it's tough. And so here we are with two, right? So I definitely know that journey. It's not calling nobody out. That's just the way it is. You got to have that same energy, and we put that, we bring that out of each other and do different. We wear different hats. But Fitz, I am going to turn it over to you, man. What you got for our special guest? What you got for your boss?
Well, I'm actually very I guess inspired. I was just before you actually had got on earlier today, I was reading kind of through your bio on your website, and you've been through a lot, and I think it's very admirable that you still have been able to keep a handle on not only just obviously the radio station, but just the whole entertainment business as a whole, while going through some of those things that you went through. I mean, not only that, you've written books and all kind of good stuff. So I think that's very admirable. So I guess the only question that I would really have is, and my co-host kind of already, kind of jumped the gun on it when it comes to, how, you perceive when, when that does happen to you. I guess my question would be, um, what is your vision, for the future for this particular entertainment business? Obviously you've done some great things now with the radio station and TV and things of that nature. What are some of the things that you're looking to accomplish in the future?
Well, one of the things, so there are two things. One
Okay.
thing is I wanted to provide a space to, because we do live in a very digital society now. I
Very.
wanted to provide a space for young people to have access to opportunities like this, because a lot of them may never walk into a real radio station and see what that's like. Those who may be interested in music production or audio engineering, um, you know, people that do like sound and lights for concerts and things of that sort, television or podcasting, radio. And so I wanted to
Hmm.
create a space where they would be able to have access to that, especially Black kids, because a lot of our children, they don't get to experience things like that. And yeah, sports, okay, yeah, they're into that, or they get to experience things like that, and that seems to be like the expectation for them. Can you play ball? Can you play? Are you good at a sport or music? So so that's why I just recently launched our internship program, and now we have a shadow program as well, with high school students, middle school students, and college students, as well as a day with Lady J. Um, and so, yeah, that's one thing. I wanted to be able to provide that to, to as many young people as possible, and give them an opportunity to know what it's like to walk a red carpet, you know,
Yeah.
um, and or be involved in a meet and greet, have on a media badge for those who like journalism. What does it entail to put together a magazine? And then my other vision is to create, just like I said, a network and a space for people to actually work together as a conglomerate to support each other, so everybody grows, everybody eats. And so that was my whole goal with this. When I first started this in 2016, we were able to grow to 200,000 people in 8 months. So but that's because everybody was sharing, everybody was promoting whatever, because I'm a part. Hey, this is my brand, I'm the host of this, or I'm doing this, but I'm also a part of this, so I need y'all to support, tune in, like everybody. So when that happens, and it's my responsibility to, yes, grow the network. And I know people see me also promoting every show or each person individually too, weekly. But if everybody was to pitch in, just think about how quick it would grow. And on top of that, whether it's through advertising, whether it's through airtime, whether it's through events, networking, all of that, being able to provide a space. I pride myself in my structure, my organizational structure, my operational structure, because no media platform is providing what I provide. For instance, like the radio. Most radio stations, whether it be broadband or internet radio, you pay your fee, you come on, you get your airtime.
Right.
With JQLM Radio, you have full wraparound services. You have your airtime. You get your media flyers. If you don't have those, you get promoted every week. You also have get coaching for sponsorships. You come on with a platform that already is broadcasting in 56 plus countries. You have people that support you and share your stuff. You have those opportunities to do events, and we don't just do them locally. So, whether it is live media coverage, red carpet, meet and greet. So it comes with a whole host of things. And you're not paying $400 a week for a 15-minute slot. So whether you are a syndicated show or a JQLM radio, host, if you decided to bring your platform or your show to JQLM radio and you become a JQLM radio host, or whether you're syndicated or that, then you still get those same services. So as well as now, instead of your show just going live on air, we also distribute to all the major podcast platforms if you don't already have that. So
Gotcha. Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, that's an upbeat for the future. Definitely like the vision for sure.
I
Especially when it
wanted
comes
to co-host to Texas, but for an event, but he wouldn't put in that
don't do that.
ground. Never
Don't
mind.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You see what I deal with. This is what I deal with, boss. Yeah, this is what I deal with. So, my next thing, and this, it could be Smokey because since he's already being Smokey already. You know, since we are, I think co-hosts, aren't we the only sports show on the radio station? I believe.
I believe so.
Okay, okay.
mhm.
I mean, we
Hopefully,
well rounded. Don't get it twisted, but we
yeah,
cover
we
sports.
well rounded, but we're built for sports. Yeah, that's what we talk about. So, is there any media coverage for any sporting events coming up on the? I mean, I think that's a good question to ask the boss, right? I mean, I think that
I have a
So
few ideas.
I do too. So I'm just asking.
so we have people that book, all the time. People are already starting to book for 2022 now. So I try not to put them out there to you all, like to our team. Of course, all the people viewers, y'all wouldn't know about it until everything is confirmed. But to the Ego Entertainment fam, I'm pretty sure that we've had one inquiry actually about that. So now understand though, whether no matter what type of show that you
Mhm.
host, or whether you are a writer for the magazine, or whether you do any of the news segments, we also have affiliates outside of JQLM Radio, people who used to be on JQLM Radio that are no longer on there, and people who are on other platforms that actually come and do media coverage like with us too. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter what kind of show you have, you're able to sign up for any type of event. It actually will get you prepared to do stuff like that. Like so if you have like one of the events that we do every year um is the Crossroads Barber and Beauty Expo. Now most events, when you're doing media coverage, really all you're doing is talking to people. You're interviewing people, what I'm saying, asking them about, you can give them a little bit of commentary. So the more events that you do like that, then the better you'll get at being able to be a pro at some of those bigger events. So right now we have one. I'm just waiting to hear back to see what that entails. I think it's for a high school sports event. So
Okay.
I'm just waiting to hear back for that. But yeah, you have the opportunity to sign up for any one of them. So you don't have to stick to like, oh, my show is about sports. So I can only cover sports.
Gotcha.
No, yeah, definitely. We're gonna do some big things. I mean, we actually are going to a few things on our own to get that out there. And so we'll collaborate. We'll get some things going. I definitely look forward to that in the future. We are coming up against it, and I just can't tell you how grateful I am for her to come on and tell her story, share all this wealth of I mean, it's endless platforms. It seems like that
Hmm.
she's got her
Hmm.
hand in, and it's all quality stuff. You know what? We like to close with special guests with a bit of a lightning round if you'll play with us, right?
Mm.
And so I don't know what the answers will be. These may or may not have been smoky things on this show. So we just want to see which side of the aisle you fall under, right?
Oh.
And so you can say any of those prep answers that we talked about before the show. We've got superhero genre that's super heavy out here. We've got two universes. We got DC, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, etc., and Marvel, Widow.
Don't do that. Don't start with Widow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We got
Captain America, Iron Man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Look, and we got some Marvel people. So, all I want to know is, do you have a favorite genre, one side of the aisle or the other, or even a favorite superhero? What do you got on that?
You know, I live with boys, okay? So I'm definitely into superheroes. I have two sons, and Mark B is into into superheroes too. So I've always been into superheroes. I would have to say I don't have a preference as far as whether DC or Marvel. If it's a superhero that I like, then I'm with it. Period. That's it. So
okay.
My favorite superhero, I would have to say, it's hard to pick just one though, because I like so many.
That's true.
But I would say Wolverine. And when I saw Captain Marvel, like those two would probably be, those two are at top for me.
Hey,
so
whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yeah. And now I will say though, I don't know that Transformers even fits in one of those, but I will say they are actually my favorite when it comes to like machines or whatever. So
okay.
Between Marvel and DC movies, I still feel like none of them are touching the the experience that you get when watching the Transformers movies. Period. So
okay.
That's my opinion.
I have to do some research on it. I'm not being funny. There's a lot of things out here that touch some of these universes you wouldn't even realize.
Mm-hmm.
Like Star Wars touches Marvel. I mean, that's literally confirmed, right?
No, it's true.
Or what is it that touches the Mortal Kombat touches, DC, all for just weird things, right? So you never know. We're talking about RoboCop, Terminator. These things are touching DC, so it's weird.
Now I tell you what else. That game, Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil, the movies and the game. I used to play it all the time when I was a kid. So yeah,
Resident Evil is good. The games are.
The
movies not. I mean, well, the movies were good, but
the first one was the best. When they try to do sequels, they
are good.
Yeah.
Play that late at night with the lights off. See what time it is.
No.
You be scared.
Not at all.
But we're gonna keep it moving. I am curious. Another topic that comes on the show, mainly because my cold's bad takes, but another topic is NBA. Now we have historical figures. We got current players. You don't have to, be obligated anything. Do you have a favorite NBA player all time or current at all?
My all-time favorite is Michael Jordan. I've always been a Chicago Bulls fan, always. Even though I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Shoot me.
That's okay.
I will say though, my favorite player for the Indiana Pacers was Reggie Miller. And I met him a couple times in person too. So him on and off the court was great. And as far as my current favorite player, I would have to say Steph Curry. So
I knew I loved this. I knew I loved our boss. I knew it.
How you exit out of this thing?
Yeah. I just knew it.
Yeah, he's an awesome all around player. He's a great player, and
yes,
and let me tell you what sealed it for me though. When he walked away from Nike and went over to Under Armour and killed the game, because they wouldn't let him put scripture on his shoes. Listen, he's the Tyler Perry of basketball. Period. Let me put Jesus in it, or I'm walking away. And that did it for me. That sealed the deal for me.
I own a few of his shoes. Yes, that's the reason.
My boys wear Under Armour.
Yep. Yes. Whew, yeah, this is good. This is good.
He is an all around perimeter oriented offensive player. I agree.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
What I
Don't even
say?
do
The
that.
shade is real.
Don't even
What I
do
say?
that.
I just said what time it was. I don't even know if I have any more. I don't want any more questions because
Go
she done
ahead, keep
failed.
asking. This is a great. This is great. This is great. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't shade our boss. You got to perform for the boss. Come on now. Come on.
Listen,
Ask Rex.
do you have a lot of music that you literally own and run a radio station. Do you have a favorite genre?
Gospel. Gospel has always been my favorite.
Okay, and gospel. I mean, I don't. I was going to ask about the era, but I don't know about the gospel era. But as far as just music in general, is there a favorite era that you have as far as like music in general?
Yeah,
Because
now we're
I have
talking
a
about
favorite.
R&B. If we talking about R&B here, because I love R&B too. I love R&B and ESO, but gospel is my
Whichever
favorite.
genre
Um,
makes you put the smile on your face most. I have one. My co-host gets on me all the time, but I have.
uh, from all areas. I love the choir era though.
Yeah.
Choir,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad that some people are starting to bring that back because all we hear is
Mm-hmm.
like praise and worship teams are awesome, great, but it's just something about
It's
that
something about the
choir group that
choir. You're
walk.
right. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree.
And as far as R&B and hip hop, 90s, hands down.
Got
That's a
to.
That's my
great
favorite era.
decade, wasn't it, Vince? That
No,
was a great decade.
you saying it like I don't like the '90s. I love the
No,
'90s.
no,
I
no.
grew up
I'm
in the
saying what
'90s.
it is.
Come
You
on, man.
judge me.
Come
You
on, man.
judge me for being stuck in the '90s.
I'm
See,
just telling you to move on because we've moved from the
why
'90s.
would I move on? Why would I move on? That was a great decade.
You
I
still
love
try to you still try to live your life as if you're in the '90s. It's not there. It's sorry. I'm sorry. It's
that.
not there.
Was look,
Oh.
life been downhill since then. Uh,
Wow.
my personal life been downhill since then.
Wow. Wow.
I peaked
Wow.
early. Okay, I don't know what to tell
Wow.
you.
Wow.
All right. Well, you know what? We're up against it. We're gonna come to a break, and we love to check back in with you. And when some of these things kick off, we definitely want you to come back on the show. I don't know if we really do because of your answers to this lightning round, but
You're always welcome back. Always. We
but
don't even got,
because
I ain't gotta have my co-host on. You're always welcome back.
I feel like I might be a special co-host that day. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you coming on. I thank you. One of the biggest things that you said was the that I really love was the internship and those opportunities for the youth. Um, I mean, that's a great thing that you started. So I definitely want to commend you and applaud you for that. Is there any message you want to leave to? Oh, you know what, Fitz? I did say this. I had one more question.
Okay.
It's not meant to be anything funny, but um, I wanted to ask our guest what her favorite JQLM uh, show is that comes on Mondays at 10 a.m. Do you have a favorite
Okay, well,
show?
it would have to be the morning smoke because that's your time slot. Now, if you got to put me on the spot and be like, "What's my favorite JQLM show?" I'd have been
I
like,
didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that.
Like her
but
own.
yeah,
Like
no,
her
no.
own, obviously. I mean,
Wait, Fitz, did I ask that
Well,
question or did I ask another question?
no, I want to say the morning smoke. Definitely, great people. I noticed that people definitely tune in to your show ever since y'all started. Definitely tune in to your show. Hop on Monday mornings. You all come right after our 2 hour gospel in the morning.
hmm
So yeah.
I
Well,
love it. I love it. You start with Jesus, you get us, and then you move on with your day. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Then you go
you're
right
gonna
into
need
your R&B and hip hop.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
you're gonna
yeah,
need
yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
after us is what I think. But anyway,
Yeah, you need
yeah,
Jesus to get us started. You need Jesus to get us started. So you gotta have Jesus to listen to us.
yeah,
For sure.
but I definitely appreciate her coming on. That is funny, but no, hey, some call it a loaded question. I just call it a question. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it was a little
You heard it here first. Her favorite show, and the rest of the question don't matter. All right.
Wow.
Well, do you want to leave? Do you do you want to leave with any message to our viewers, to our listeners? Anything that you feel that you want to leave with them? The floor is yours.
Uh, what I would say is, no matter what adversity you face, no matter who walks away, no matter who tells you that you can't, do it anyway. Keep going. Just because it's never been done doesn't mean that you will not be the first to do it.
No, I definitely agree with that, and I like that. Yeah, well, you know what? We're coming up against it. Fitz, close us out, and I hope that she has an open invitation to come back on anytime she wants. But we will reach out to her and definitely have her back on. I appreciated all the wisdom out there. Fitz, what we got coming up?
Yeah, so on our next segment, we are actually closing out. But on our next segment, of course, we got the sports segment. So we're gonna talk sports. We got some interesting things going on in the sporting world, so we will be talking about that. But it is the end for this segment. I want to thank our CEO of Eagle Entertainment, Miss Lady J,
Thank
for
you for
stopping
having
by
me.
Morning Smoke. Like I said, you're always welcome back. I knew there was a kindred spirit. I just felt it. I felt it the whole time, and I feel good. So yes, thank you again for coming through, and also. You can always catch us here. If you're listening to us, you can always catch us here on our time slot on Mondays from 10 to 11 a.m. on JQLM Radio. You can also catch us at our main spots, which is Facebook and YouTube at the Morning Smoke Podcast. We're also on Spotify and Anchor.fm. But we will be back, but we'll see you next time.